Hello guys, welcome back to Me with Margaret, mtaribo, where we motivate, engage, educate. Me with Margaret, that's what it stands for. So I want to welcome you back to this platform, and I hope you've been enjoying what you've been listening to. If you want to say something, you want to make a comment, please feel free to do so. I look forward to hearing from you. But if you have been, please continue to like, share and subscribe. There's somebody out there that needs to hear what we're talking about today. So saying I love you is what we're going to be looking at right now. I love you. A quote from Thomas Edwards Jr., the author of The One-Up Effect, goes like this: love is an emotion that gets stronger and stronger when it's exercised just like a muscle. Saying I love you can be an expression of true feelings to significant others, to family members, or even our friends. And it tends to elicit a favorable response. For some, saying I love you comes naturally, while for some others, it is considered a sign of weakness. Yeah, that's the truth. But you know what? I have read and I have experienced that as parents, it's important to build these words into the family's vocabulary. Very, very important. Because it helps our children, it helps our loved ones feel safe and secure. It also encourages them to push themselves to their limits and explore what they are capable of accomplishing. And it permits them to learn, even to fail, even in that process. When they fail, how they can get up again. Why? Because they are loved and they hear us say, they hear us act it out. So why then are some parents not vocal with their feelings? Even those who are loving towards their children. So they might love them, but they're not vocal about it. The fact is that many fathers of past generations were often discouraged from being emotionally expressive. And this is a very big factor. In such cases, hearing I love you will not have been part of many children's upbringing. If a child grows up in the kind of environment where even mothers do not express themselves this way, they will likely have a tougher time expressing their own emotions later on in life. Food for thought. I can and I am relating to this because I grew up in a culture where most parents hardly say these words. They would rather express it through actions. Either they give you something and they just expect you to get it anyway. But they won't tell you that they love you. Having had this kind of upbringing with those words, having those words, they don't come naturally. So I'm not proud to say that I still struggle with this today. I'm learning, but I'm not there yet. So if you can relate to that, please let me know. For some people, saying those words can bring up a fear that comes from a place of feeling too exposed or vulnerable. For some people who have had a hard time of letting their guard down, I love you might be too much. It might be too tough for them and too much for them to say or to get the words out. Let's face it. For some people, it may be too hard or too late to start saying it now. How can they start saying I love you now? But you know what? It's never late because we can learn how to express love in other ways. So if we can't say it verbally, let's work on our actions through play, through engagement, through touch, and so on. I have learned over the years that this is very important. After all, action speaks louder than words. So feeling love, it's so important. Expressing love is very important. Why? Because it boosts our self-esteem, it fosters an environment of trust and self-confidence, it lessens the fear of making mistakes, and it increases the confidence in children. for our children to actually try new things. It enables our children to feel part of something bigger than themselves, that they are important and valued. Fantastic. So, what are we talking about here? Let's learn. Yeah? Let's try. For those of us that have been doing it or learning to do it, let's keep on saying, I love you to our children, and watch and see what an impact it will have on their development, particularly those of us from Africa or the Caribbean. For those of us who have not been able to actually say the words, let's start by writing them on cards. We can write them on notebooks. We can even send it on text messages. But we need to start from somewhere. So let's learn to say, I love you. Let's learn to act out, I love you. See you next time on Me with Margaret.